Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the Crypto Truth, where I give you the truth as I see it. I am going to hop on the VR pretty soon, but I really, after hearing this information, I really just wanted to clarify some things and I want to talk about what's happening in the crypto space. Generally, right now, obviously, we are... It looks like it's been kind of a dip. It's been like that all month. For altcoins, it's been up and down, up and down. Might as well say we've been going sideways. With Bitcoin, it's been a little bit of a different story. It's gone up. It's been a little bit down, gone up, a little bit down. So, I mean, it's still hovering, staying over 90K, which is awesome for you guys who have Bitcoin. For some of us who don't have Bitcoin or have altcoins, I think this is very important because as the bull run starts, I should say we're in a bull run, but as things really start to pop, we're going to have a massive exodus of those who have made profits, and they're going to go into what? Stable coins, and then they're going to, shift their stable coins to whatever exchange that they're on, either USDC, USDT, or they're gonna switch if you have what is it called? Coinbase. If you have Coinbase, you can go directly from, they have their own thing where you can cash out there. But let's go ahead and get started here. So I want everyone to understand that this has to deal with EU customers. And the reason I'm going to read this because I love reading, as you guys know. It might be a little bit boring for some of you, but pay attention to what's happening here. This is USDT, and Crypto.com is over in Europe along with Binance, Coinbase, excuse me, and they are kind of delisting Tether. Why? First off, you need to ask yourself the question, why would they do that? It's because they want money to flow into USDC. Why USDC? Because it's going to profit USDC, which is here in America, Circle, more, and all of the money that's flowing in Europe, right, into the USDC is going to flow and find its way over here in America. Now, why is this important? This is important because here it's funny how USDT is still available in the United States of America. And why is that? It's because they want to be able to have an outflow of when everything pops off and when everything continues. They want everyone to be bottlenecked into something that is US. Now, many of you guys may say, well, Chris, you really don't know what you're talking about. Well, let's go ahead and read this, and let's see. So after securing markets in cryptos assets license, Crypto.com will become the second major digital asset exchange to discontinue trading support for Tether stablecoin in Europe. Crypto.com plans to delist Tether US dollar peg stablecoin by January 31st. So please be aware of that. European customers, due to compliance with markets and crypto assets regulations per an email issued to users seen on January 28th. So they received an email issued to users on January 28th, and they are going to delist Tether on January 31st. The email cited also included delisting notice for a bevy of other assets, including DAI, Wrapped Bitcoin, Pax Gold, Pax Dollar, and 3 digital asset derivative tokens operated by Crypto.com. A spokesperson said in a statement obtained by Crypto.news, the decision only affected EU users, and advised customers to convert outstanding assets to compliant tokens by March. In line with MiCA regulatory requirements, we will suspend the purchase of affected assets on the January 31st, 2025. Users holding these tokens will have until the end of Q1 31st of March to convert them to MiCA compliant assets Otherwise, they will be automatically converted to a compliant stablecoin or asset of corresponding market value, which likely will be USDC. Once effective, Crypto.com will follow Coinbase as the second major crypto exchange to delist USDT in Europe. Coinbase ended support for a stablecoin late last year, citing non-compliance with MiCA's framework. Crypto.com's decision comes shortly after the company secured a MiCA license in Malta, allowing it to operate crypto-related services across the EU under regulatory framework. Some of you guys will know why I slowed down when I read that. Tether's future in the European markets has faced increased uncertainty since MiCA introduced stricter standards for stablecoins and crypto services across the continent. Despite the challenges, USDT's issuer has expressed confidence in its ability to meet MiCA requirements. In December, Tether announced an investment in European firm Stable IR to bolster its EuroPeg stablecoin offering. However, the fate of Tether's 138 billion USDT stablecoin with the EU remains unclear. Platforms like Coinbase could face further regulatory pressure to delist USDT in other regions, including the US, if compliance concerns persist. It's been worth noting that USDT's primary adoption is concentrated in emerging markets outside the US and Europe. All right, so I think it's very important for everyone to understand where this is all going. For many people, a lot of you wanted crypto to be kind of in the political realm. Well, here we are. It's always been like that, but now it's even more prevalent. And I'm not backing Tether. I'm not saying that Tether is not doing anything wrong. I'm just saying that there's a lot of non-compliance in the first place. How hard is it to be 100% compliant? You mean to tell me, obviously there's always some things going on in the background, but we have Binance, KuCoin just got sued for 300, or the SEC, and they I think they come with a what do they call it? I think they settled for a $300 million, which is nothing to KuCoin. Fine. There's a lot going on within the crypto space, and my apologies to everybody, because we've gotten to a point to where we still don't understand what value is, and human beings have explained to us, other humans, and I'm going to say in general, we have explained to each other what we're going to start considering as value, regardless of whether it makes sense or not. Okay, that's including, it doesn't matter what technology you have. It doesn't matter how great, how fast your transactions are. It doesn't matter how great of a team you have. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is if human being says something has value, that's what it has. And we all know that human beings can be persuaded whether it makes sense or not. Okay, that's just the truth of the matter. Just throwing it out there. So what that means is that we cannot think, and while I would love to be able to tell everyone, hey, you know what, invest in X, Y, and Z, it's kind of hard to tell, because how am I supposed to tell someone, hey, it's great to not invest in that stable coin and then invest in this project? I don't know, let's say Filecoin, a solid project. Let's name a project like Filecoin, say don't invest in that. Invest in I don't know, what is this, a smiley face of balloon, smiley balloon coin, you know, and then all of a sudden a week later or 3 weeks later they do it anyway and they become millionaires, and my goofy ass is over here thinking, well it has better technology, it does this, it does that. That doesn't matter. So I still want to ask you guys and tell you guys to please do your own research as best as you possibly can. But nothing is making sense as far as from a financial standpoint. And right now, it's still, everything just does not make any sense to me. And I'm talking about across the crypto space. I'm not talking about a particular project. It just doesn't make sense to me why a lot of projects who obviously you look at we got all of these meme coins and they're perfectly okay, but they want to get on Tether. I just find it kind of weird. I find it kind of odd, and I just wanted to make this video just to tell you guys, hey, just be careful out there. Please make sure you take your assets and put them where they're comfortable. If you can, try to take your assets and put them into a ledger. That's the safest thing that you can do. But yeah, so just be careful out there. I still do believe that we're gonna have a major pop off after the Chinese New Year in February. So February for me is the make it or break it. February is where I am going to understand whether we're still doing what do you call it, cycles or not. Because if nothing happens in February and there's no pop off with altcoins in February, the cycles are over. All of the cycles are over. And if there is a cycle, if you know, let's say it's a late cycle in March, April, it's going to be the absolute last one. Has to be, because everything that we have thought that was going to happen, that happened the previous 4 years, has not, or the previous other 4 years in 4-year increments, the other 3 times, has not happened. I have been listening to a lot of different opinions about why that this has happened and the time frame that things are happening. We had COVID last time. We do not have COVID this time. We do not have a lot of headwinds. So we have a lot of tailwinds. And so we're going to find out. This month is going to be the make it or break it year for me. This month is going to be the make it or break it month for me to figure out whether we're still in cycles. And this year is going to be the make it or break it for me in certain crypto projects. And I'm going to be moving forward. So I strongly suggest you guys please do your own research. Try to do the best you can and understanding where the market's going to go. Take care of your energy. I call your energy your value, your time, right? You spend time, you spend your energy at a workplace, you receive money, you do what you will with the money. Be careful when you put it in crypto space. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So anyway, as I always say, do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. And last but not least, above all else, you guys, please, please, please stay safe out there, okay? Bye, you guys.